Hello, Destin, and how you doing? Now, sorry. Now, this is going to be a discussion video, and it's one I've been wanting to do for about a week, ever since we got the news or the leaks on the brand new Koromon and Agumon. Sorry. Really quickly, in case if you're new to the channel, for the record, how you doing? But if you're a returning viewer, which by the way, thanks again. Thank you so much for stopping by again. There's been something going around like my area, so my throat's still a little groggy. Sorry. So it sounds like I'm speeding up, or like my mouth is like my voice sounds a little off. Sorry. Still I feel good, but those sort of things are always the last to go away. Anyways, now before we get to this main discussion of the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and follow our social medias in the description. We have we have an Instagram, and now we have a Twitter for the channel too. That way, if we have any future ideas for the channel, like future video plans, we can post them there, and you can let us know what you think of them. And as well, if we ever have any more Q&As like we have before, which we want to do some more of eventually. And then we'll also be announcing our 100 subscriber special soon, because we're at 88 subscribers. Thank you so much. When we get to around 90, once we pass 90, I think that's when we'll post it and start getting ready for that. So, if you want to see that, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and go subscribe right now. If you want. We appreciate the views nonetheless. And you can also share this video too, so that way we can try to reach a wider audience as well. So, now, I've been wanting to talk about this because if you're returning reviewer, you know that the Greymon line tribal decks are my personal favorite. I do a series here on the channel called the Agumon Expert. It's a pun or a play on words on the Digimon card, Agumon Expert. It's because on the series we discuss Greymon tribal deck themes, strategies, techs, overall, and how to play the deck too. And if you're new to the channel, I primarily have spoken about my personal favorite deck in the entire game, my favorite Digimon period, my Black War Greymon deck, which I have a new updated version for the new, now that it's past June 1st, as we're recording this video. Sometimes I record videos ahead of time, and I upload them throughout the week. So this might not be the recording of this video, might not be the exact day it goes up, but we are definitely now within the new effects of the new surprise restriction list we got for the Digimon Tcg, which means now Blossomon is at 1. What the I don't remember the exact set name. So basically, Beelzemon, obviously, Malga, Bloom Lordmon, and Grandis, that one I really don't feel bad about, all now have their new restrictions in play. So, as a result of that, the meta is definitely going to change. If you want to know my personal takes on what I think are going to be the top decks in the new meta, I already did a video on that, so if you want to go check it out, I'll also leave that in the description as well. But basically, I personally think Hunters, Cross Art, and Blue Flare are going to be the new top decks. Don't get me wrong. Beelzemon is still a very strong deck. Blue Lordmon can still go. I mean, it can literally, if you've ever played against Blue Lordmon, they just need one memory to go off. There you go. Plus, they're going to be getting new stuff soon anyways, like that crazy new Mimi. So, they got stuff to look forward to. Malga is getting that new structure deck, and you better believe when that new structure deck, I'll open it up here in the channel and give my thoughts on it. For the record, if you want to see like us do both, like we could get both really, but since I do the Greymon stuff here, I guess I could have channel member Michael do the Metal Garurumon one. So if you want to see that, don't let us know, and again, subscribe so you don't miss that out on that. Also, basically, I'm just rambling at this point. I'm so sorry. Because of the new format, I have a new build for Black War Greymon, and I'm also pretty much almost done with my new Shine Greymon deck that I built recently and been messing around with here and there. So if you want to see a deck profile on that, I should come out with that soon, hopefully by next week. So now that I got that out of the way, the reason I went over that because we like to discuss whenever Agumon. We don't discuss every new card that gets announced. There are other channels for that do that if you want to see them. But when it's cards that affect the decks me and channel member Michael play, that's when we want to. That's when we want to give our 2 cents. We do the same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. Well, we're trying to do that. We're trying to do some more Pokemon themed content. So if you want to see that, again, don't forget to subscribe. Shameless plugins today. I'm sorry. I'm just rambling today. Basically, so what I wanted to discuss, I wanted to put this up last week because we got a leak of a new Koromon and Agumon, and they're just amazing. Now, these cards aren't going to be out for a while. Like, they're not even out in Japan yet, so we're definitely not going to be getting these till maybe, if we're lucky, maybe by the end of the year. Maybe, if we're lucky. But these cards are so good, I wanted to talk about them here. So, really quickly, I'll word for word read the new Koromon first. Let's see. Here it is. Inherit. Obviously, it's red, level 2, obviously. It's going to be from BT14, so whenever we get BT14 here in the States, or in the West, basically. Once per turn, when a card is removed from your opponent's security stack, draw 1 card. That's not bad, honestly. And although also, for you Dobrikmon players, a friend of the channel, who specializes in that deck, he got like top 64 at an online regionals, and he played at another online regionals. I forgot where he placed though. He played Dobrikmon both times, so he told me that this card could actually be very useful in that deck. So that's something to keep your eye out for. Let's see. Here it is. This is one I'm excited for. I love this artwork too. Like, I always joke around saying that Agumon is like the Goku of Digimon, because orange, goofball, all that. But the way if you can see in the thumbnail, you see him just munching on a big, huge piece of meat. I'm like, dang, I love that, honestly. Kind of reminds me of Thanksgiving. All right, let's see. Digivolve, Koromon, 0 cost. All right. Start of your main phase. If you have a tamer with Taikamiya in its name, this Digimon may Digivolve into a Greymon from your hand without paying the cost. So you basically get to turbo your Greymon and not even have to pay any energy. That is nuts. And it has an inheritable. This inheritable is going to definitely replace, because of this one, is going to replace the promo Agumon. That's why I have these cards right here on the front of the screen. Inherit your turn. While this Digimon has Greymon/Omnimon in its name, it gets plus 2,000 DP. Okay, there's a lot to unpack from that. Now, I'll start off with the Koromon. Okay, right now in the Digimon Tcg, we have 2 Koromons that we basically choose from. I'll discuss this in a sec. Let me see if I have the other one. I should have it in my binder. I love the artwork of these new cards. I think I like the Agumon one more, but that Koromon is so cute with little Botamons in the back. It's adorable. I mean, personally, and now that I think about it, this new Agumon card matches the Draw Koromon's artwork. Here it is. Sorry, should have had that there at the beginning. But okay. Usually, we have a choice between 2 Koromons that we usually pick from. When it comes to the red hybrid builds of them, right now in Black War Greymon, there's the black base deck, which for the record, if you're new to the channel, I actually got 2nd place at my local store championship playing the black base for Black War Greymon, and there's a deck profile for that here in the channel, so if you want to go check that out, go ahead. And there's also the red version of the deck, which I basically you could just say is this War Greymon X in general. and the new Black-Red War Greymon deck, but basically that's just like a mix at this point. And obviously for Black War Greymon, if you play like, Gaiomons and all, Black War Greymon X, there's the red hybrid build, which usually is the one a lot of people you tend to lean towards more often. It's because they basically have both the red hybrid and the black base. If you ever played either of them, you would know they have their own strengths. So sorry. The black base, I'll just go really quickly, is more defensive and is more consistent. Because the fact that, one, because you run the black Agumon X's, you can actually search off not just your Takamiyas, but also your Yuyas. And as well as it also has the same inheritable as our Greymon that we lost from BT11. So basically, the deck is much more defensive because you don't really need Greymon X in your Digievolution stack to be able to save it from destruction effects and as well as from being bounced. The Greymons themselves also, you usually play the BT8 and as well as the BT11 Metal Greymon and Metal Greymon X respectively. So that gives you a lot more defense. But the red hybrid build gives you more offensive capability. Basically, and I'm not gonna lie, the red hybrid has better Koromons. I'm gonna be honest. The other one, the black Koromon, is good, but it takes like too long. Basically, like it only works if your opponent's Digimon is destroyed during their turn. But with these two, as long as you swing with Greymon or Omnimon, you get to draw. And as long as it has Greymon or Omnimon the same, Agumon or Greymon, you get a plus 1,000. So take your pick, really. So the red hybrid lets you gain more power and lets you hit for more checks, basically. So it really depends on which one you want to play. I've played both of them, and I've done well with both of them as well. So I can personally say that it really depends on your playstyle. Some players are more defensive and want more consistency. Some players want to hit more, like hit harder. So there's really not a right or wrong answer. It's a preference thing. I like both, so I like to be able to play whichever one I feel like playing at the time. But because these new Agumon and Koromon are red, I'll be talking about mainly the red hybrid build for the rest of this video. So, but don't forget, we also do get a new black Koromon in the new structure deck, so I'll definitely be discussing that soon as well for those who prefer the black base. But for the rest of this video, I'll be talking about the red hybrid base. So, that Koromon lets us get now. I don't know if this new Koromon is going to be as useful as the draw Koromon. Mainly from, what's it? BT5? It's an old one, I know that. Yeah, BT5. Not only does Black War Greymon play that deck, this one, but also Shine Greymon does as well. So, and honestly, there's a lot of useful, like, this card in general just has a lot of utility with a lot of different Greymon decks. So because not only, like I said, War Greymon, Black War Greymon, where did I put it? Let's see, I had it right here. But also Shine Greymon plays it as well. Because as long as it has Greymon in the name, we'll get an extra draw. And red, honestly, this is just, down to game mechanics. Red doesn't have a lot of draw power. Out of all the decks in the game, blue basically has the best draw power. Blue and green, I would say. Actually, it depends, really. Because purple lets you mills mostly, but not the point. The point is, red doesn't really have a lot of draw power, so that's why we usually use this Koromon in order to draw. So the new Koromon's very good, especially, but from my friend told me, if you're playing other decks, if you want to use it in another deck, apparently this card would be very useful in Dobrikmon. So I think I'll ask my friend over the weekend, get his opinion on that, and see what he has to say about it. And I'll come back here with that information. Or heck, I might even just actually ask him to record a video on it. Because if you want to see an updated Dobrikmon, let us know. I might just ask him on it. I might just do that now, if I'm being honest. Now, that's the Koromon portion of this. The next one I want to discuss is this new Agumon. I'll put these here because if you're playing Black War Greymon or the new, I guess you call it War Greymon Tribal deck, or if you want to specifically play the red War Greymon X, pretty much all three of those decks play these cards. So that's why I'm just going to put them here. Now, let's see. The fact that this new card lets us be able to play a Greymon on top of our Agumon for free, as long as we have a Taikamiya, is very useful, because right now, and for the foreseeable future, the Black War Greymon / War Greymon tribal decks all use this Taikamiya. And if you're new to the deck, I'll put it right here. I mean, pretty much everyone should know it by now. It's like one of the best cards we could have gotten. And go ahead, pause right there. You should be able to see it. Sorry for the glare. Basically, if we have this at the on play or at the beginning of our main phase, we choose an Agumon or a Greymon. It becomes a blocker and gains an extra 1,000 till the end of our opponent's turn. So that's like one of the best cards we get, honestly. So, not only that, if we have it in play, not only will they become blocker, we can Digivolve into our Greymons for free. That means we don't gotta pay any cost. And it's even better for another reason. Let's say hypothetically we do this. Doesn't matter which one. Or, I guess for the sake to match, I'll use this one really quick as an example. Let's say hypothetically we Digivolve into Greymon. Pretend this is the new Agumon. It's because we have Tai and Camilla in play already, we could just Digivolve for free. But now we can use Tai's effect. Tai also has another effect. Your turn. When one of your Digimon Digivolves into a Digimon with Greymon or Omnimon in its name, by suspending this tamer, gain 1 memory. So, not only can we go into our Greymons for free, we gain memory as long as we got Tai. That is just nuts. So not only will this allow us to be able to preserve our memory for bigger plays, let's say hypothetically, if we somehow already have Yuya, or if you're using the older Tai, the red one, because it's a memory setter as well as the Tai, the red one, this will put us at 4 memory every time, or at least at the beginning. So that is something that could be very useful, because one of the problems with the Greymon travel decks, the cards are expensive to play. Mainly our metal Greymons. So and as well as obviously the big guys themselves, usually cost at least 4. Black War Greymon does. The new War Greymon costs 3, but still, that's still a good amount. And usually by that time, we're usually done. It's usually our opponent's turn at that point. So this new Agumon's ability is very useful. But here's another thing I want to talk about. I personally think this deck is going to be a mandatory 4 of, and I personally think it's going to replace the promo Agumon. Now, if you're new to Greymon tribal decks, and I'm sorry if I keep saying that, but I got to make sure in case someone watching this is new to this deck, or to the type of decks. The promo Agumon doesn't have an ability. It has an inheritable. Your turn, while this Digimon has Greymon in its name, it gets plus 2,000. Well, now, this is good, because this is one of the components that allows our Digimon, I'm just going to use, like I said, Black War Greymon as an example. This allows us to get the big guys to huge power. This lets us get Black War Greymon, Black War Greymon X, Gaiomon. This allows them to get into huge power, especially right now. Even more useful with the current Metal Greymon that gives piercing with raid, and it's even more power if we're using the Metal Greymon X, the red one. So this is what allows us to get into huge attack power. This new Agumon has the same inheritable, but better. Let me double check. Check my monitor again. I have to open it up. Again, I can't get over how much I love this artwork. Yep. This one is better because the promo Agumon gives 2,000 to Greymon only. This one gives 2,000 to Greymon and Omnimon. That is nuts because before that, a lot of the Greymons can give power to Omnimon, but this one gives an extra 2k. That you can easily get Omnimon X to way past 20,000. That is just crazy. I mean, 2,000. Yeah, 20,000. You could definitely, because Omnimon X is, I should have that right here. There it is. Omnimon X has 16,000. Unfortunately, the promo Agumon does not give that extra DP, but this one does. So you'll be swinging for an instant 18,000 right there. If you're swinging with that. There's also the Blitz Omni as well. So, right away, this Agumon is definitely going to be the new one that we replace our promo Agumon with. I know it's kind of sad because we've been using it for a while, but it's also just like when BT12 came out. Let's see. I just had it right now. Let's see. Oh, cool. It's kind of like when BT12 came out, and this Agumon replaced our old search. Look at the top 3. Add a Greymon or an Omnimon from our deck to our hand, Agumon that we used to play. So basically, we're getting a lot more replacements these days for the older Agumon cards. And I'm going to be honest, these ones are so much more powerful. So that's basically what I wanted to discuss here and give like what I first thought about when I read these cards, what it made me think of. So that's the basics. And don't worry, I'll also do a video soon. I think I might, it shouldn't take that long. I think we'll get around September or something. The new Greymon structure deck. So, which here in the West, I'll have to look it up. But I'm pretty sure that's when we get it. So as soon as we get it, I'll definitely do a unboxing for that. And I'll do like a discussion on those cards as well. But since we're already pretty close to that, like we're not that far off, and people in Japan are already opening them. Like if you see on YouTube, there are other players who managed to get those structure decks. I'd rather wait till I can get my hands on it. I wanted to do this one now because we're not going to get BT14 for a long time. Probably not till the end of this year, if I'm being honest. If that. So that's why I want to discuss this. And overall, these cards are just getting me super excited. So that's the basics and gist of this video. If you, like I said before, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and so you don't miss out on future videos and future discussion videos. I'm working on a new deck profile for Black War Greymon, and if you want to see channel member Michael give his updated on Machine Dramon, or if there are any other decks you actually want to see on the channel, let us know. We got a good amount actually that we're working on, so if you want to see any of that, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and honestly, just thanks for stopping by. We're so close to 100 subscribers, so if you want to see our 100 subscriber special, don't forget to also hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. So that's pretty much everything from here, so take care and have a great day. Bye!